Wealth is not money. Wealth is what you can use to improve your life. Money can run out, but your value never disappears. A person becomes more stable, not because they earn more, but because they have abilities that others need. Wealth is not about how many skills you have, but whether those skills can truly help others. For example, being able to communicate, organize, make judgments, simplify things, these are all abilities people are willing to pay for. The market only cares about one thing: who can you help and how can you help them? Focusing on income makes you anxious. Focusing on value makes you more stable. When your abilities work in different contexts, money will naturally come. Money is the result. Value is the root. True wealth is what allows you to stand firm in the world. We are used to seeing work as a position, but a position is just a name. It does not define who you are, nor does it determine where you are going. What really defines your direction are the problems you can solve. If you only focus on your position, you will confine yourself more and more. When you start seeing problems, you start seeing your own possibilities. Industries change, tools change, the pace of the world changes too. But your way of understanding problems does not change. A person's value is not in titles. It is whether others think of you when they face difficulties. When you define yourself by who can I help, you no longer fear change. Because positions may disappear, but your value will not. Work is not a position. It is the line connecting you to the world. How you walk this line decides who you will become. We think making money is the central goal of life, but what truly changes life is not how fast you chase money. It's how much your value is truly recognized by others. Money is not the starting point. Money is others' response to your value. The more anxiously you try to grab money, the more it slips away. Because anxiety does not create value, it only makes you lose clarity. What really generates income is your ability to solve problems. It's the way others trust you. Money is not something you actively chase. It comes when your value is clear enough. When you understand that making money is just a result, you can focus on what really changes your future. Income is just a signal that says, your value has been seen. Many think career stagnation comes from lack of ability, but the real limit often comes from stagnant cognition. Ability determines what you can do. Cognition determines what you dare to see. If your thinking doesn't change, the problems you handle will not change. Income stays at the same level because your perspective remains the same. Skills let you complete tasks. Cognition lets you understand why you do them. If cognition does not upgrade, work does not upgrade. When you change your way of thinking, the problems you see change, and the choices you can make change. The career ceiling is your cognition ceiling. When cognition rises, income rises naturally. We always think freedom comes from stability. But true freedom does not come from no change. True freedom is not fearing change. How much uncertainty a person can endure determines how much freedom they can have. Stability is not security. Stability is just temporary calm. True security comes from your abilities, from how many times you can start over. Those who fear change are trapped. Those who can endure change truly find direction. Freedom is not staying still. Freedom is moving with courage and taking responsibility. The more your income comes from irreplaceable value, the more real your freedom is. How much uncertainty you can handle determines how much freedom you gain. Many think that working hard is enough to become wealthy, but effort only keeps you busy. Accumulation makes you strong. Short-term effort relies on momentum. Long-term growth relies on whether you can take one extra step every day. What truly grows wealth is not how hard you work, but whether what you do can accumulate value over time. Effort makes you tired. Accumulation makes things easier. If what you do today can be used tomorrow and help the day after, it gradually becomes wealth. Effort that does not accumulate only gives short-term results. Abilities that accumulate bring long-term returns. When your skills increase, your thinking stabilizes, and your work becomes organized, wealth naturally follows. The strongest path to wealth depends on three things: durability, stability, and accumulation over time. Many think high income comes from working harder, but what really determines your income ceiling is your energy system. Fatigue does not improve performance. Only stable energy allows performance to rise. It's not that you can't do it, you just don't have enough energy to perform at your best. How long a person can sustain themselves is more important than how intensely they can push. High income does not come from bursts of effort, but from being able to deliver stable energy every day. When emotions, sleep, and body are stable, your focus and judgment stabilize. What really creates a gap is not how hard you work, but how many days you can stay in a good state. When energy is unstable, efficiency collapses. When energy is stable, income grows naturally. What you lack is not effort, but an energy system that sustains continuous progress. Since childhood, we are taught to win, be stronger, surpass others, but true wealth never comes from competition. Competition makes you focus on others. Expansion makes you focus on yourself. When you spend energy comparing, you slowly lose direction. When you spend energy expanding, the world begins to make space for you. Self-expansion is not about being perfect, but about being able to contain greater possibilities. The more problems you can handle, the more the world needs you. When you expand the range of value you can offer, your place is naturally recognized. Wealth does not come from defeating others, but from becoming a person who no longer needs to compete. Ultimately, what truly creates distance is not how fast you run, but how much you can expand yourself.